about halfway there. We're in Winchester. About 100 miles, somewhere in there. And I'm going to top up. There it is. All right. Let's see how much we got here. Little over 8 gallon. So, all right. Let's figure this out. All right. So we just went 113 miles, and we used 8 gallons of fuel. According to that, we're getting a little over 14 miles to the gallon, and that was in the hill part. Now we're getting more into the flat. So I'm going to reset, and I'm going to check it again once we get to Cincinnati and see how much we're really using. Alright, now we have actually made it to Cincinnati, and I just filled up again, and 7 gallons. So we'll figure what that is. I've got 7 gallons and 110 miles. We're getting about 15.7 miles to the gallon. Not too bad for a 10,000 pound vehicle. Alright, we're about here. Well, alright, we have made it to Cincinnati, to Amelia. Zephyr did really good. Didn't have a bit of problem. We just trucked right along. We didn't really have to stop for fuel twice, but I did. I wanted to know how much I was using, and turns out I'm getting right around 15.7 if we're in flat country. That's almost, I think I could get 16 miles to the gallon out of it if I didn't have to kind of get into the throttle a few times there to kind of get out of people's way. But I think that's where some of my mileage went. We stopped halfway. It's about a 200-mile trip up here. We stopped about halfway, filled up. That was after we came out of the mountainous part of Kentucky. The mountains kind of drug the power down a little bit, and got a little less mileage. But I think in flat country and running a steady speed and not not going real fast, I think I could do 16 miles to the gallon, which is not bad for a 10,000 pound vehicle. It's not too bad. 10,000 pounds is hard to move down the road. Anyway, we've been here all night. We are, as you can see, we're at the apartments, and we've been here all night, and I left the refrigerator running last night. I just left the power on. Of course, there was no solar last night, so let's go in, check out, and see how our batteries did. Alright, battery is at 12.4 volts. Right now we're only pulling 195 amps because the refrigerator's kicked off right now. Of course, the refrigerator doesn't run all the time. It only runs when it has a call for cooling. I did discover one thing that I really need is, you can probably see, we had to tape the refrigerator door shut. It kind of flew open on us, and the contents went on the floor. So got to figure out. I got to figure out some way to close that, and I think a child security lock or something like that, or I'd like to get something I can just glue to the outside. I really don't want to put any screws into the inside of this because I kind of don't want to take a chance on poking one of the cooling coils. But anyway, yeah, that's what we had to do yesterday. Had to kind of tape it shut. It always had held before, but I had a lot of stuff in there. Had drinks and stuff like that, and a lot of the whole door is full of drinks. I think that's what did it. We had our drinks, there's spots in the door. I'll show you here. If nothing else tries to come out, I think that's what did it. We had drinks in the door and our ketchup and mustard, and I got some Hot Pockets and stuff like that. I know, really healthy stuff, but anyway, yeah, I don't like the tape on it, but we had to do something to keep it from, because everything went out here, and that was annoying. But all right, one more thing that I have got to address somehow is this thing right here. When you're driving, every bump that you hit, that's what you hear. I've got to do something about that. I'm thinking maybe if I can get some rubber O-rings or something to go over the end of this that will just kind of sit there, and maybe some kind of felt or something to sit on here. But I'll tell you what, that thing is annoying as it can be while you're driving down the road. Maybe I could just, it'd be as simple as just taking that off. But I don't want to have to take that off and put it somewhere. And then whenever it comes time to use it, put it back on and then take it back off. And that would get really annoying. I think it would be better to be able to make it so it doesn't do that. And I mean, the whole thing is shaking when you hit bumps. Okay, fridge just kicked back on. And battery still showing 2.3 with a load on it. Yeah, and that has ran all night. It's ran the refrigerator all night. Now, we didn't have the TV going or anything like that, but it did run the refrigerator. We stayed inside last night. We didn't stay out here. But I wanted the refrigerator to keep everything good and cool, and I also wanted to test out my batteries. And I think that's pretty good. Now, once they charge back up, they'll be fine. I looked up the specifications for these batteries. Okay, well, that's kind of a design flaw. I was sitting down, or getting ready to sit down, and old Zephyr just fired up. When I sat down, somehow or another, I guess my knife or something pushed the button on this, and it did the remote start. So, yeah. Let's figure out a way to maybe recess these buttons a little bit or something, because that's not good. Maybe some kind of, maybe I can 3D print a little case to slide over it or something to keep it from doing that. But, yeah, that's, that might not be good. Anyway, that's another story. Right now, I'm just happy that we made it up here safely and everything did wonderful besides that rattling stove. I have got to do something with that rattling stove. Since old Zephyr is warming up, I might just go get me a cup of coffee anyway. That's been my trip to Cincinnati so far. There will be more to come. But I appreciate everybody watching, and I'll see y'all on the next one.